Hello students, now we are going to discuss impact of First World War on India as a part of the chapter Nationalism in India, History for class 10. In last class we have discussed introduction of this particular chapter, we got the meaning of nationalism, and we have also seen the background of this nationalist movement in India. So today we are going to discuss the impact of First World War on India. In last class I have also instructed you to please go through the class 8 books so that you could know the background. So now today moving towards the syllabus, and according to the syllabus what you have to learn about the First World War and its impact on India. Do you know First World War, why it was started? Actually, the First World War was started only due to the imperialistic rivalry. What is the meaning of imperialistic rivalry? Imperialistic rivalry refers to a race of occupying more and more territories for the sake of their own benefits. European countries and America. These all countries were industrially developed. Once the industrial revolution taken place in those areas, now there was a need for these countries to occupy more and more areas to sell their products and get raw materials for their industries from those colonies. So this was the real cause behind the First World War. And in due course of time, there was the formation of two blocks. Two group of nations were formed, as I have written. One is Allied powers and second one is Central powers. Allied power mainly comprising England, France, Russia and USA. Even though USA joined the war later, but it has played a very important role in the First World War. As far as Central power is concerned, it was Germany, Austria, Hungary and Turkey. Even Bulgaria was there. So these were the two blocks that was formed in due course of First World War. And First World War was started in year 1914 and ended in 1918. I have also mentioned the date 28 July to 11th November. One more thing you should remember over there regarding the regimes, the political order that was going on in these countries. In simple words, you can say that in Allied power were more or less guided by democratic principles. So these countries were guided by democratic principles, while Central power was completely a non-democratic regimes were there. This was the scenario. Why I have mentioned this particular political order prevailing in those countries? Because it plays a very important role and deciding the role of India. Going back in the background, as I have said that it was the imperialistic rivalry due to which the First World War broke out. Now, what was the role of India during this particular war? Nowhere you are seeing I have mentioned the name of India. Then, how the impact of war felt in India? Why? How? This is the question. Now, if you remember, India was a colony of England. England was the master of India. India was already being ruled by England. When England joined the war, automatically, directly or indirectly, India was also a party in the war from the side of England. And for England, India was just like a treasury. In Hindi you can say सोने की अंडा देने वाली मुर्गी. When England participated in war, and war led to economic crisis because war required huge expenditure, and England managed loans for financing the war. So England had taken loans for the sake of getting weapons and other needs for the war. Now England was in economic crisis, so definitely the impact of that particular crisis fell on India. As I have said, for England, India was a kind of hen that lays golden eggs. सोने की अंडा देने वाली मुर्गी. So when master is in crisis, automatically the master country means England just put its leg on the accelerator. Means England had raised taxes on India. Custom duties have been increased. The goods that were exported from India to England, duties were raised. This was the period when in India first time income tax was introduced. What? Income tax. Income tax. The concept of income tax has been introduced in India. It was an attempt to getting more and more revenue from India. Now, what will happen? Once the taxes were raised on India, custom duties were raised, automatically the prices of the commodity in India went up. Means price rise. Price rise lead to poverty, hungerness, unemployment, because during this period when England was busy in the war, definitely whole Europe almost busy in the war, on that time export import from India to England and European countries has been reduced. So this also a great setback for Indians. So price rise was there, taxes were increased, and this period also England required soldiers. From where they could get the soldiers? They had started a drive to recruit soldiers in India. It was forced recruitment. Forced recruitment means just compelling Indians to be a part of the English army and taking those men to different parts of the world to be a part of the First World War from the side of the England. One more thing, from where they started such recruitment, they moved toward the villages. They had started this drive from the villages. Villages, able-bodied youngs were forced to join the army. Now, what will happen? Once the able body or labor force from villages were recruited as a soldier in the army, there was a crisis in the villages, means the agricultural production has been declined because these able-bodied persons, mostly the peasants, the farmers, small farmers, they took for the war as a soldier. So there was the crisis of the foodstuffs. Food prices rises because there is a scarcity of food materials. So prices went up. Again, people don't have the capacity to get enough. So the impact of First World War on India was very, very severe. It started a new era of economic crisis in India. And when the time was very much bad, people used to say that God has also tested Indians on that time. How? This was the period when crop failures were also become very much common in different parts of the country. Ultimately, when crop failure were there, the food shortage became acute, and it was followed by influenza epidemic. This was the period. By 1920-1921, this was the period when influenza epidemic had started and took lakhs of people's life. So all in all, what will happen? This First World War had destroyed the Indian economy. It took the lives of lakhs of people, as Indians do not have enough to sustain during this crisis, and the British government that was in power in India was just focusing in the war, not towards the India. So ultimately, Indians had not got any help from the British government ruling in India. So one thing. One more interesting thing that you should know. During this period of time, England was wishing to get support from Indians. Support from Indians for what? In the war. To get support from Indians in the war, they had announced, especially targeting the people of India, that after the war, they will discuss about the future of India. They also promised that they will seek to give more and more autonomy, means more and more powers to the Indians for their administration, for their government. Indians took this announcement as a good news. They felt that after the war, they might become independent. They might become free. So during this scenario, Indian leaders, including Congress, had decided to support England. It is not only one reason, as England has announced, to discuss future of India after the war, and they also promised that they will give more and more powers to the Indians in the administration, in their rules. But there was one more reason for Indians to stick or support England. Why I have written about democratic and non-democratic? There was one more question. When the war has started, Allies power has announced that this is the war between democratic regimes and non-democratic regimes. England, being a democratic country, the modern democracy originated in England. So England had raised the claim that they were fighting for the establishment of democracy in the world. England also announced that the war is for saving democracy in the world. So there was a scenario, and there was a threat also. If these central power were won the war, what will happen? They become very much strong, and then they extend their boundaries outside Europe. These powers a war, then the power may go to the hands of the central powers, those who are non-democratic. Raising wars in a non-democratic regime is very difficult rather than the democratic regimes. So there was a situation. Indian leaders had to choose about the future of India. They were having this fear in their mind. If they were withdrawing their support, if they were not giving support for the England, or England if defeated in the war, what will happen? Then the central power emerges as superior power in the world, and they may extend their influence up to Asia, to India also. So in this particular scenario, Indian leaders had decided to support England. And in due course of time, England also announced that after the war, they will discuss about the future of India. So in this scenario, Indian leaders, including Congress, had extended their support to England. One more thing. To win the support from Indians, England also promised one more thing. It was related to the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire was under the Khalifa. Khalifa was regarded as the supreme religious guru in Islamic world. Means Muslims were seeing Khalifa as their supreme religious leader. Actually, Khalifa means successor of Prophet. So Khalifa was having great respect in the Muslim world, and Khalifa was having its rule on Ottoman Empire, means Turkey. And see, Turkey was a part of the central power. So there was a fear to the minds of the Indian Muslims, a group of Indian Muslims, not all the Indian Muslims. They were very much suspicious about the future of Ottoman Empire and Khalifa. To address this fear and to win the support of that section of Indian Muslims, England has also announced that after the war, whatever was the result, even England won the war, they respect integrity and authority of Khalifa, and Ottoman Empire should not be disintegrated. Means they will not interfere in the affairs of Khalifa and Ottoman Empire. They given the assurance that they will maintain the integrity and respect of Khalifa and Ottoman Empire. So, students, two things you have to remember. England had promised two things to Indians to win the support from Indians. Number one, they promised that after the war they will discuss about the future of India. It means they were promising that after the war Indians will be given more and more powers for their self-rule. I am using the word self-rule. Remember, I am not using the word independence. And second, to win the support of a group of Indian Muslims, those who are having their loyalty towards the Khalifa and Ottoman Empire, they promised that after the war they maintain integrity and respect of Khalifa and Ottoman Empire. So this is the scenario. You have to remember about this. This is very, very important. Now, next we will discuss about Khilafat movement, about the condition of Indian Muslims, and we will also see point-wise the impact of First World War on India. This I have described, and next I will just write those points. You have to just write in your notebook. So let's move towards those points.